Hello, fourth graders. It's Mr. Headington with your week 4 health assignment. Wait a minute. Are you guys awake out there? Hello? Wake up. If you're sleepy today, maybe you should listen to our assignment. Today's lesson is time for sleep. Did you know a third of your life you are sleeping? Why? Why do we have to sleep so much? Well, today I'm going to cover some topics related to sleep. Sleep matters. It might be fun to stay up late, but how can you stay healthy if you don't get enough sleep at night? First thing we'll cover today is like how much sleep do you need? Actually, what is sleep will be in our video from Brainpop. What happens while I sleep? What would happen if you don't get enough sleep? And how does sleep affect your health? Well, as I'm kind of thinking about how much sleep I need, I got to think back to way when I was a little kid. I don't remember all these, but maybe you don't either. But just from the time you're born until you get to be older, you will need a certain number of hours of sleep each night. And if you start with the newborns are babies that are, just born, like infants on up to about a year old. They kind of have goofy sleep hours. They do need lots of sleep. The chart says that average newborn to 1-year-old needs about 17 hours of sleep at night. I should say 17 hours of sleep during the entire day, day and night. They don't sleep all night long. And I remember from my own kids, there's a lot of nights where I was awake in the middle of the night taking care of a baby who wouldn't fall back to sleep very easily. So I got to think of it this way. Babies sleep in chunks of time. So they might go a couple hours and then they wake up and they're hungry. So they have some food, then they might play a little bit, then they might fall asleep back again. And they do that cycle over and over again until they get their 17 hours of sleep. Parents, when they have newborns at home, that's a tough time because they have lots of nights that they don't get all the sleep they need. As you get to be a preschool age, from about 3 to about 5, 6 years old, that's kind of, even though it's school age, that the need for sleep is about 11 hours. And for my own kids, when they were little, they went to bed at around 8 o'clock at night. And if they slept all the way until about 6:30 in the morning, that was about 11 hours. 10 and a half to 11 hours, I suppose. And even preschoolers sometimes nap, so they catch their extra little bit of sleep they need for that. As you move on to school age, the age you are now, from about, about 6, 7 years old till about 11, 12, you need about 10 hours of sleep at night. So think of it this way. If you're going to bed at 9 o'clock at night and you're waking up at about 7 o'clock in the morning, that's about 10 hours. And I know for a lot of kids your age, you might want to stay up later than that. And then when you do wake up earlier and you aren't getting those 10 hours, it starts to be noticeable. Right? Everyone awake in there? My son is a teenager. He is 14 years old. And this year has been a little tougher for him to get to sleep at night because he says he has a hard time falling asleep. And so a lot of nights I'm reminding him that, hey, it's time to go to bed. And it's nearly 11 o'clock at night. And he needs to be up about 7 o'clock in the morning. So that is only just about 8 hours. And so he's short a little bit. And a lot of days he's kind of sleepy. And I keep reminding him, go to bed a little sooner. Finally, as an adult and on into people's older age, they need a bit less sleep. And for myself, this chart's basically right on. I need about 7 hours of sleep at night. And if I am going to bed about the same time each night, waking up about the same time each morning, I'm doing okay. But I do have some days I get up early, like quite a bit earlier, because I want to go do some things. Or if I'm staying up later, that I notice that my quality of sleep is not as good if I'm not getting the 7 hours I need each night. Next, just kind of recommendations for helping you get a good night's sleep. Go to bed at the same time each night and get up at the same time each morning. I know that seems hard, and there's a lot of things, like especially on weekends or during the summer when you want to be up later and you might be able to sleep in later. And then when you adjust back to our school hours, getting up a little sooner in the mornings, that can be a bit tough to get those 10 hours that you need each night, 10 to 11. Another one that's a tough one, I have to remind my own kids at home and even myself sometimes, no screen time before bed or while you're in bed. So you do not want to take your Don't want to have a TV in your room. Don't want to have a device like an iPad or other tablet, or something that you're playing video games on or watching videos. The screens that those have, the light from it actually tricks your brain into thinking it's daylight, even though it's not. And so with the bright lights from your screen, your eyes are telling your brain that, hey, it's daytime, I should be awake, when in actuality it's not daytime, it's nighttime, you should be sleeping. The next one, exercise during the day, not before bed. That means during the day you're good, but then the hour or two before bedtime, it's a good idea to just have some quiet time and get your brain and your body thinking that, hey, it's time to be sleepy. Only use your bed for sleeping. Don't do homework or watching TV while you're in bed. And finally, where it says avoid caffeine. Caffeine is a substance. It is a drug, but we'll talk about that later in the year. That it's something that kind of tricks your brain into staying awake a little longer. Pop, like Mountain Dew, Pepsi, Coke, different ones have caffeine in it. Chocolate can have caffeine in it. I do like chocolate. And then coffee, if anybody's starting to drink coffee, that has caffeine in it. And if you have a little bit of caffeine earlier in the day, it might be okay. But then for some people, they have caffeine and it does keep them from falling asleep and getting good night's sleep. So avoid the caffeine as much as you can. Finally, today I have 3 videos I want you to watch, and they're all from Brainpop. Something that's different this week on our videos is that the past week's ones, I just put it into a Google slide and you clicked on it and it played because it was on YouTube. These 3 choices of videos were not available on YouTube, so I have to go directly to the Brainpop website to do that. And what I've done is, and this will be in your part 2 of your assignment, you just click on the picture here. It'll go directly to the Brainpop webpage. Hopefully you guys can see that. For me, I've already typed in the code for it. So it's Royal Oaks Prairie for the login and Pop1 for the password. And I'll leave that in the directions for Seesaw and in the slideshow that you'll be seeing for the videos. So click on the video and it'll play. Once you're done with the video, you can do the quiz. I'm not making this a requirement, but if you want to, it covers a little bit more information that might help you. So if you click on the quiz, my recommendation is to do the review quiz when it comes up. So hit the review one, and then just answer the questions that are on there. I think there's 10 questions total. When you're done with that video, exit out of that tab, go back to the slide thing there, and you have 2 other videos to watch as well. So as you finish your assignment this week, there is a Google Doc attached to your response. You will answer the questions that are on there and submit that for your assignment. Hope you guys have a wonderful week and stay healthy and get a good night's sleep.